Internet, and happy Sunday! Before I delve into my Monsters University review, I want to tell you about the adventures that I had yesterday. I went to lower downtown Denver. It's called Lodo, which sounds like a hobo or some other weird thing. Anyway, there's a really wonderful bookstore called Tattered Cover. I'm pretty sure if it was legal, I could have lived in that Tattered Cover bookstore. It beats the heck out of any Barnes & Noble I've ever been to, and I can't really tell you why. There's a lot of trinkets and a lot of really wonderful books and cozy places to sit and curl up with your books. And one of my favorite things that I got yesterday was this Mickey Mouse. It's going to be backwards, but it's this Mickey Mouse hardback comic book. It's not in color or anything, but it's really gorgeous, and it had a price of $35. I got it for $10 because it's used. This totally just made my day. Also, I picked up my copy of Neil Gaiman's The Ocean at the End of the Lane. He's going to be reading from Ocean on Tuesday at the Tattered Cover bookstore location. I'm fortunate enough to have a ticket that gets me into the event. This is like the most important piece of paper I own right now. Forget social security card and passport. This gets me in to see Neil Gaiman. I'm not entirely sure what my plan is for Tuesday, but I'm going to try to get an extra video of him or of me waiting in line to see him up for you guys on Tuesday, so stay tuned for that. And so that brings us to my Monsters University review. I'm going to throw up a picture of Cinderella's castle that I took while I was in Disney World, so you can navigate away from this page. It's going to be probably a spoiler-filled review, and I don't want to ruin this wonderful movie for anybody. So take your opportunity, click away, go watch something else. It's okay. Now that all the lamos are gone, we can talk. I'm going to start with the things that I loved about Monsters University. Number one, it had so much heart. I think it hits you right in the feels when you see the scare floor for the first time in 10 years. The last Monsters movie is over 10 years old, and to be teleported back to that world is just something else. It's something else. The second thing I liked is that I liked that I knew what was going to happen. Obviously, this is a prequel, so we know how the happily ever after plays out. I liked being able to see Mike and Sully as before they were friends, they were enemies, and I think that's kind of a fun dynamic to play. I really liked that I was trying to nitpick the movie the whole time of how does this event affect Mike and Sully at Monsters, Inc. 10 years from now. One of the things I didn't like was how much attention was paid to Randall. I think that would have been a super fun story to play out. How, he transforms from this shy, kind of nerdy character that, you just want to crawl up with or put in your pocket to this bitter enemy with Sully. And I feel like that transition was very sudden and very too rushed. I wanted to see more of how Randall became the way he did in the end. I think another knock against this movie is the timing and the pacing. I think that, it doesn't really have that seamless story flow of, say, Up. Up is, it's beautifully put together and it doesn't seem jumpy or, stilted. But in Monsters University, there's a lot of time jumps, which causes, really special moments to become just kind of mundane, and you glance over them and don't really pay much attention to it. And this last one I really struggled with when I walked away from the movie. The whole point of the movie is that Mike Wazowski wants with his whole being to be a scarer. He wants to be, scary, and the thing is Mike Wazowski's not scary, and he learns that kind of the hard way, and eventually he gets expelled from Monsters University. So I guess one thing that I had an issue with was Mike Wazowski worked his eyeball off to get into Monsters University and get in the scare program, and he really puts his mind to it because he really wants it. And in the end, it doesn't work out. I don't know how I feel about the message of sometimes failure is just inevitable. I don't think that that's a good message. I don't think that that's true, first of all, and I don't think that that's okay. So I'm not okay with the message of you're going to fail because of who you are. It doesn't matter how hard you work, sometimes it just doesn't go that way. And I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true at all. And I mean, in the end, it wraps up pretty solidly. Mike and Sully become friends, and Sully recognizes that he's scary, but he doesn't understand the tactics, and Mike isn't scary, but he does understand the tactics, so they kind of complete each other in a way. That's fine and dandy. Happily Ever After is great, but I feel that I got cheated when Mike got expelled from Monsters University. And I think that's because he earned the right to be there, and to have that taken away from him just pulled on my heartstrings a little. That being said, if you're a Monsters, Inc. fan, you are sure to enjoy this movie. It's really fun to be back on the scare floor, and it's really nice to see our old pals Mike and Sully back in action, and I highly recommend that you go see it, and if you do, leave me a review in the comments. I will hopefully see you on Tuesday.